So my name is Döhmen. I work at MotherDuck and we are a cloud data warehouse company. I guess the question is, what is actually context engineering in the context of MCP servers, I guess. So that's something I'm going to talk about. It's confusing to think about agents as something or as MCPs as just tools that agents can call. There's much more to writing proper tool descriptions and also to chaining tool calls in a specific order. We have a feature called dives, which allows people to generate very flexible data visualizations, and we need to provide specific instructions to the agent. If the agent hasn't seen those instructions, it's very difficult for the agent to do this task right. So that's also context engineering. So we think mostly about context engineering when we develop the MCP server, not so much about the tool set itself. In the end, it's all about how do you get things into the client's context window. And if you test a specific feature end to end and it doesn't work, it's very often that it's the context engineering part that is not right. One thing you could do, and it's something we have done as well, is running structured evaluations and basically starting with a lot of context and then trimming it and see like at which point the accuracy of the eval tasks start to decline. I think in the end though, a lot of this we want to test end to end, which means with the client in the loop, because ChatGPT, Claude and all the other clients, they have different behaviors, they have different agent harnesses, which makes it very difficult to evaluate things without the client in the loop. And with the client in the loop, it's very difficult to automate things. So we use a lot of vibe checks, dog fooding and so on to test what is the right amount of context, which translates to what is too much trimming, which means the feature doesn't work anymore. We use the MCP server internally as well for our own product, because our data warehouse that we use internally also happens to be based on MotherDuck. We use the MCP server, especially non-technical users in the company use the MCP server a lot to ask business questions, and the MCP server helps them find answers in our data warehouse. And that has previously not been possible because most of those users don't write SQL. So this is really like an unlock for those types of people. Yeah, we also are using an internal agent that helps us with triaging like ops issues. And it's usually a nice starting point or something we can chase down some rabbit hole while we also look into things maybe on a different end. It's like having an additional colleague on the team, basically. What I've seen in other MCP servers that we connect to our organization is tools returning a lot of content. So limit, for example, the result that we return in the MCP server to 50,000 characters, no matter how large the query result actually is. But I see other tools that return, you call a search tool and they return all the search results. And I had an instance where I had to start a new Claude session because even the compaction couldn't compact whatever the tool was returning. So that was from pretty big, like well-known tool we're using. Another thing is just the sheer amount of tools. Like some MCP servers have like more than 50 tools or so. I think with tool search, it's not that big of a problem anymore, but still it's something to think about. Like how does it impact the discoverability of tools? There was another thing I saw in an MCP server where they really overuse, or what feels like overusing, and I can relate to it, like these kind of important instructions in the tool descriptions. Tool descriptions are originally meant to just describe what the tool is, also for the user to see what the tool is about, not only for the agent. But since it's very difficult to define like workflows that cover multiple tools in MCP right now, a lot of companies, MCP servers, like we included, we had to resort to doing that so we can make sure that the agents use the right tools at the right time, but still it's it feels like it's not a good practice.